Canada's state broadcaster is imploding in on itself like a dying star. However, Justin Trudeau's Liberals just gave the head of the CBC a retroactive pay raise. CBC is dying, and obviously I couldn't be happier about it, except for the fact that I'm nearly 100% sure the Liberal solution to our undeclared press arm of the Liberal Party of Canada failing is to just throw more money at it like they do to every problem. Now, how bad is the CBC stinking up the over-regulated broadcast airwaves here in Canada? Let's take a look at this Blacklock's article about the drop in ad revenue over at the Mother Corporation. The CBC is out more than $2 billion after losing 12-year rights to Hockey Night in Canada, says an internal federal memo. Wait, friends, there's more. Again, from another Blacklock's article. English TV ad revenues last year fell 37% from $178 million to $112.5 million. French language ad revenues declined 3% from $140 million to $136 million. Managers blamed in part the loss of one-time ad sales for the South Korean Winter Olympics the previous year, but acknowledged a, quote, soft market for its television programs. Wait, there's even more. The total audience for 6 p.m. local TV newscasts at 27 CBC stations nationwide was 319,000 people, the equivalent of fewer than 12,000 nightly viewers per city. The total market share for the CBC TV main network was 5%, down from 8% the previous year. The CBC News Network cable service has a 1.4% market share. Now, Catherine Tait is the well-paid head of the state broadcaster, and she once said that it is not the state broadcaster's job to compete in an open marketplace because it's instead her duty to protect Canadians from disinformation. Just look at this. How do we protect and defend our citizenry from this unbelievable tsunami of disinformation? In a sense, we become a beacon for truth, said Tait. We need the public to feel safe that we are a beacon for that truth. Now, I wouldn't say the CBC is defending us from a, quote, tsunami of disinformation, but they are surfing the waves of their own BS lately, especially with their ongoing coverage of the lawless far left-wing protests against Coastal GasLink's pipeline. Those protests are blocking railways, roads, and government buildings all across the country. Now, the CBC has described these protests as being in solidarity with the Wet'suwet'en people, or as just Wet'suwet'en protests, when the democratically elected Wet'suwet'en Band Council and their band members are in support of the Coastal GasLink pipeline. Oh, Catherine Tait, who will protect us from the CBC's constant disinformation? Anyway, the CBC obviously gets a lot of stuff wrong, and they are a financial disaster that nobody watches. Those are the empirical facts of what's happening to CBC with Catherine Tait at the helm. But friends, this is Canada, and you get a raise when you drive an already failing Crown Corporation right into the dirt. Our bureaucrats, they fail upwards here in the Great White North. We are clearly no meritocracy around these parts. Just look at the Prime Minister, in case you were confused. Tait just got a whopping retroactive raise through an order in council. Just look at this. Catherine Tait, president of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, within the range of CEO 7, $390,300 to $459,100. But here's the kicker. They backdated it to April 1st, 2019. So she fails for a year and then gets to get a raise for a year. And I dug up her previous salary. The remuneration and certain conditions of employment of the person referred to in Section 1, that's Catherine Tait, are set out in the annexed schedule, which salary range is within the range of CEO 7, again, $371,200 to $436,700. I guess this all now poses the age-old question. If CBC falls down dead in the forest and no one's even watching it enough to care, can you still hear Catherine Tait cashing her paychecks? For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. Hey, have you heard the good news? Rebel News is going on a cruise. We're going to Alaska. We would love it if you could come too. We leave July 4th. Yes, Independence Day. To get all the details, to see the beautiful ship with the incredible amenities, and to get pricing, please go to rebelnewscruise.com.